the IDP show, now you know.
Welcome to the IDP show. I'm your host, Josh Raymer, joined in the Sode Shack tonight, Adam Markham, Bobby Reynolds. We are here during a Monday night doubleheader, boys. How about that?
Do not clip that, guys. Do not embarrass him and clip that and shame him. Okay, it happens to the best of us. This is what live
production. Am I still muted, guys? What's going on? I can't hear myself. There we are. I can hear myself now. Wow, there we go. This is the beauty of live television, folks. You get to see behind the scenes. It's not always smooth. A lot of stuff gets left on the cutting room floor. We're glad you're here. We're here. The first game of the Monday night doubleheader just wrapped up. I was told the Texans are now 0-2 in the AFC South. I think all the AFC South teams are 0-2 except for the Coats, so that's nice.
Yeah, you're living large right now. Feeling really good about yourself, I'd say.
Living high on the hog, feeling good, Bobo. Your Rammies 2-0. Congratulations.
Yeah, weird week. I thought we would have the Titans done by about halftime, and it took 4 quarters, but we got it done in Tennessee. I like the new look at it. I like the new chain. Is that what the kids are doing?
What we got going? Oh, whoops.
Yeah, you got your power cord chain right there.
You need that, right?
We just walked in and hit record, boys. This is what we do for y'all. We go live, warts and all. But we're here to bring y'all the Week 2 recap. Week 2 is winding down. What do y'all like the Week 2 Monday night doubleheader? I think it's kind of fun.
I love it. I love when football's on like till midnight. More of that stuff.
Every day, all the time. Give it to me.
Yeah.
I do like the wrinkles because Week 1 you have Thursday kickoff and then the Friday game.
That was nice.
And then Week 2 you have the Monday night doubleheader, so that's fun. Addy, your Vikes go down last night. Tough game against the Falcons. And now J.J. McCarthy out for like multiple weeks with a high ankle sprain. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. High ankle sprain.
High ankle. Yeah. Is there some sort of like conspiracy theory here?
I mean, there's going to be people saying that because he's playing so bad that they're going to set him down for a second. But no, he did get rolled up on. I think that is legit. But it's been a tough start, It's not been great, not been a fun brand of football to watch.
He got rolled up on, all right.
He certainly did.
By the coaching staff.
They rolled up on him and stabbed that ankle.
A lot of different ways. Yeah, he's getting rolled up on.
My favorite meme from Week 1 was the Carson Wentz, it's Carson time that I sent you in our Slack of like Carson standing right behind KOC, like, put Carson in, baby. Let Carson sling that thing. It's Carson time, baby.
He will sling it.
He will.
Yeah.
He'll sling it to the other team.
It needs to happen for JJ. He's not getting enough targets. It's kind of a bummer for McCarthy because the second half of last week, it all of a sudden looked like, okay, all right, this isn't going to be as long of a season as we thought it was going to be. But
we'll see. It is still young. He is still young.
Forever young.
We don't have Darisaw. We don't have Jordan Addison, so that'll help a lot. But yeah, I just worry that he's not the type of quarterback that's going to be slinging it around, putting up a bunch of 400-yard passing games, which is what I want to see with this type of offense.
Look at Michigan, man. Look at where he came from. It was a very game managed type of system.
And he can make great throws, but boy, sometimes the delivery is like a little too long for me.
It seems like he has a longer delivery and really has to put a lot of oomph on it to get it to go where he wants it to go.
Yeah, he cocks that thing back.
Yeah.
Well, Carson Wentz, we always said he had the trebuchet. It's like a very long, clean arc. Yeah. Right. Welcome into the newly revised Sode Shack, y'all.
DT.
Wow.
Dallas Turner on the wall. Latu here. It's basically Jared Verse there, lined up where we sit for our favorite teams. So
hey, most fantasy points of the bunch here, Week 2.
That's true.
DT,
baby, in replacement for AVG.
Yeah.
And then yes, we got just today, fresh off the presses, y'all. New bourbon barrel lid with the logo.
Me and Adam had to finish that off so we could get that burned.
That's right.
There you go.
We're hammered.
He's absolutely hammered. I was hammered starting off the show apparently. But yeah, welcome in, y'all. It's the Week 2 recap. Similar to last week, we're going to run through the biggest storylines. We're going to talk about waivers. We're going to react to the games. We caught some flack last week. People are like, y'all are hating on the Vikes too early. It's like, Adam is a Vikings fan, you creatins.
Yeah.
Like, shut your mouths.
And also, like, it was great that he came back and did what he did, but it still was like...
Yeah, that first 3
still
quarters
wasn't a great game
overall.
overall.
Yeah, it's not like... it was fine. I don't know. People like to react one way or the other.
People like to react to our reactions. And I'd say don't do that. Let us react and you just watch. How about that, guys? But drop your questions in the chat if you've got some difficult kind of waiver decisions or if you're like, what happened to so-and-so? No start-sit questions. We've got the tool will be updated on Wednesday. You can get all your questions unloaded on there for free. But drop any questions you have about week 2 in the chat, and we will answer it here on the show. But boys, this was another week where I think linebackers led the way. Last week, we highlighted Foye Oluokun coming back in a big way. He had another fantastic week. But this week, boys, the headline for me was Roquan Smith called game against the Cleveland Browns. He decided everyone in Cleveland needed to be tackled. 15 tackles, 3 TFLs, a scoop and score, 43.55 points, led all scorers by Big 3 scoring. This was before the Monday night games have filtered in, so maybe we'll have someone jump in, but I doubt it. He's LB1 on the season right now. Just felt like a good time to give Roquan his flowers, Addy.
It was very nice to see. You know, we haven't really seen him put up 40 in a long time, it feels like. Like, it feels like a couple years. Like, he's, you know, I feel like we've had a couple 30-point games from him, but 40, very nice to see. Very rare for linebackers like Roquan that don't, you know, rely so much on sack production like we see with like a Caden Ellis or Frankie Louvu. So very cool. Love Roquan. I mean, he still looks great. Still going to be great for another 5-6 years, I think. So, you know, we talk about Levante David, Bobby Wagner, DeMario Davis, like same type of guy. Will be playing till his mid-30s, I'd say.
Yeah. So, it seems like he's going to age pretty well, Bob.
And it seems like there's going to be a great year for him.
I agree.
Yeah, because, I mean, Roquan's going to benefit from the weirdness that, you know, Teddy Buchanan, Trenton Simpson, you know, whatever that looks like. But, yeah, Roquan looks awesome. You know who else looks awesome with the Ravens is Malachi Starks. I don't know if he's in the doc to talk about later on, but is outpacing basically Kyle Hamilton points per game, I think, through 2 weeks. So
Nate Wiggins had a nice game I saw as well.
I mean, and I will say that was a little bit of an outlier of a game. I mean, they crushed was it the Jets?
The Browns.
There you go.
Right, yeah. Roquan only played 90%, so he still could have.
Yeah, he did that in 90% of snaps, something like that. They were off the field in garbage time. But, yeah, you're right. Roquan is not a guy I typically think about for 40 points because the sack upside is not there. We saw him get there off the back, again, of a fumble recovery and a touchdown this week. But it's nice to see 15 tackles, 3 TFLs. That'll play. That'll play just fine. Yeah. Even without the scoop and score, this would have been a fantastic game from Roquan.
Yeah, he's a stud, man.
So Roquan Smith is the headliner. What jumped off the kind of score log for me as far as looking at week 2 and then kind of the season overall, boys, was all hail Carl Granderson. Your DL1, say what now? The Saints defensive end has had 2 sacks this week after a sack and a half in week 1. He has 13 tackles so far, averaging 30.65 points per game, played 86% of snaps in week 1, and then 82% this week. So this is not smoke and mirrors, 40% of snaps and just lucking into some sacks. Granderson is playing a healthy snap share. But why does it feel like, boys, I'm hesitant to say start Carl Granderson because I think as soon as you trust this guy, a 3-point week is going to be incoming. But, I mean, how could you not roll him out at this point? He's DL1. Like, why would you say sit this guy down, especially playing north of 80% of snaps?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you have to roll him out. Also, shout out Macri. I know Macri was a big Carl Granderson guy this offseason, so love to see this start for Macri. But, yeah, I mean, there are going to be some of those matchups, you know, where I think, like, still if he's playing a good quarterback, like, I'm going to still be hesitant to trot him out there, I think. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, he feels like a locked-in, like, edge 2 for you now.
Yeah, I think, Bobo, hopefully where you drafted him, he's not your edge 1. If he's your edge 2, like, why the hell not at this point?
You've got a nice little stretch coming up, too. You're going to Seattle. You know, you can get to Seattle. But then you got Buffalo. So with Josh Allen, that's going to be interesting in week 4. But then you've got Russell Wilson in week 5. You've got Drake May week 6, and then Caleb Williams week 7. So
that's nice.
That next 5 weeks, you've got 4 really, really plush matchups for Carl Granderson. So, I mean, if he is your edge 1, you know, it's fine. I wouldn't trade him. I just ride it right now while you can.
And he's always been one of those guys that has a nice, solid tackle floor. You know, seems to get like, you know, at least 3 to 4 tackles a week. So that's very nice to have, you know, sitting there in your lineup as your second edge rusher too.
Or you could throw him in a flex. You know, that's the ideal setup, is that you're loaded at edge. You went, defensive line early in your draft and you're just loaded up at edge. So you've got Granderson now as or if you start multiple defensive linemen, he's your DL 3-4 or maybe a flex play for you. But just shout out Carl Granderson. This is a great start for this guy. We see this kind of year in and year out, these guys who start hot. But again, what I like is the fact that this guy's playing a healthy snap share.
Chase Young wasn't active for this one, I believe, so that could explain why we're seeing it this high.
Truly shocked that we have not seen Chase Young on the field.
Yeah,
so far this season.
Hey, the PFF stuff's been pretty good though. Right?
Who could have seen this coming from Chase Young? Got like a ridiculous little bag this offseason too.
I know.
From the Saints, like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Anyways,
like 60 mil, I think. So
yeah, I was thinking at least 50.
Yeah.
So let's shout out some other defensive linemen though, boys. Myles Garrett is on like a depoy kind of pace right now. 4 sacks, 10 tackles on the season, 29.5 points per game thus far. Let's stop sleeping on Harold Landry, also in New England. 4 sacks, 8 tackles, 26.3 points per game. And Bobo, shout out your Rammies. We mentioned Byron Young as sort of the unheralded star on this Los Angeles Rams defensive line, and he showed up big in week 2, 31.55 points, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and 5 tackles. Speak on your boy for a second. I think he deserves a little bit of love here.
Maybe we bought the wrong jersey,
We did. Don't make me sub this out. That thing's hard to put in that frame.
But here we are 2 weeks and no Jared Verse sack, which I'm not panicking yet. But
bust, I am. He's a big fat bust.
Big fat bust. Him and Travis Hunter.
I think Byron Young doesn't need to be, spoken about in terms of like, the player opposite Jared Verse is just going to rack up a bunch of sacks. I think Byron Young is a standalone,
good player,
good IDP edge for us. So Byron Young, man, we keep seeing it, year in and year out, and there's no reason to kind of stray away from it at this point. I think what we're seeing is a really, really good, talented edge in the NFL.
He was good before Verse and Fisk even got there.
Yeah, that's true. It's rookie year, I think he
him
had
and
like
Kobe
8
Turner,
or 10
right?
sacks. Yeah.
We're in there together a year before.
Now, they did have AD with them, so, I mean, that's a little bit of a different dynamic.
That helps a lot.
God, can you imagine if they had – hey, also, too, I don't know if we'll get to it, but Braden Fisk had, like, very minimal snaps this week. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, okay.
I think I saw that.
Okay. I didn't see that.
Also, I saw Josiah Stewart got himself a sack.
Dude, Josiah Stewart is playing a lot more through 2 weeks than I thought he would. He was a name I was kind of clamoring about weeks ago, but – the rotation is kind of tough because we're talking about Byron Young now with 31.5 points per game through 2 weeks. And then Jared Verse, you're obviously not going to take him off the field. So
are we worried at all about Verse, or is this just ride the variance and brighter days
go
ahead?
Trade for him.
The metrics are so good too. Like I'm pretty sure he's like top 5 in all the categories. So I mean, you can't set him. Like the big weeks are coming.
Yeah,
he's too talented.
You trading Byron Young?
Yes, I will trade Byron Young.
Absolutely. Yeah.
At this point, if someone's really, if someone's brand new, this is their first year playing.
Yeah.
That's the guy I'll trade
him and Carl
Right, exactly. I have noticed a lot of the questions we get are from players who are newer to IDP, which welcome in. We're glad you're here. We want to help make this a little easier for you.
We're going to bust your head a little bit first.
But we are going to bust that head and sell you Byron Young for a first.
You got to learn. The only way you're going to learn
is just to bust that head repeatedly.
You learn best from failing.
You learn best from being headless. And I think folks who are in shallow leagues where variance just kills them, because we see a lot of questions like, should I drop, like Derwin James was out there on someone's waivers.
Oh, my God.
Like, should I drop Jamie and Sherwood?
Antoine Winfield,
right? Like
Josh Hines Allen,
guys that in no world would you like. These are top 12, top 15 selections at their position. So my advice is just change your league format, add some more starters so that you're not starting like 1 DL, 1 linebacker, and 1 DB, because you're never going to enjoy it, because week to week variance is just going to kill you. Imagine if you started 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end. You would hate fantasy football.
Yeah.
There's a reason you don't do that on the offensive side of the ball. So, but yeah, those 3 guys, wanted to shout them out. Harold Landry, I thought, got a little bit overpaid in New England. Of course, they were kind of the team where it's like, we have $150 million in cap space. We've got to spend it on someone. But my God, what a start for Harold Landry, boys, turning back the clock a little bit. He's always been a guy with a good tackle floor, and we're seeing that show up so far in New England.
Yeah, for sure. And he always plays a ton of snaps, and I'd imagine that's still what's going on here. I haven't looked at the snap share, but yeah.
I'll pull it up for you, Eddie. How about that?
But I mean, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I wasn't higher on Landry this offseason because I mean he's looking like, based on where he was going in drafts, which I mean he was probably as low as he's ever been. I mean you could get this guy like in the 6th or 7th round. I feel like of these IDP only best balls, but yeah, I mean I expect more of this to continue.
Landry, 76% of snaps in week 1 with 2.5 sacks, 91% last week.
Yeah, average on Pro Football Reference shows about 84% average of snaps.
So that's money.
That's beautiful.
That's probably like, a top 12 usage for edge rushers in the league. So,
hey, also while we're in New England, let's talk about Milton Williams real quick.
Yeah.
Week 1, 78% of snaps, only had 3 tackles, but this week, 68% of snaps, 3 tackles, 2 sacks. So, the Milton Williams experience outside of Philadelphia seems to be working. So
that was money well spent because they got in that bidding war with who was it? Carolina over Milton Williams.
Wasn't it like Milton Williams is going to Carolina?
Right, they tweeted that.
Yeah.
I think Rossini or somebody tweeted that. Harold Landry was edge 19 by our ADP. So
that's higher than I thought it was.
Probably sitting as like edge 3 or 4 right now on the year.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good return thus far. And he's not going to keep up this sack pace, obviously, but what I want to bank on right now, Bobo, is just guys playing the snaps. That's why I'm okay rolling Granderson out there. He's playing 80+% of the snaps. What else could you ask for?
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of the stuff that me and Jeff had questions on this week, and people are still kind of trying to get a little cute, and they're wanting to throw the younger guys in there, but, I mean, we're still early on in the season, and narratives haven't really changed that much. We're still in our, start your studs type of situation in the season. It's still... If you're 0-2, don't panic. There's still a lot of football left to be played.
Yeah, just go with what you know. And you know that guys playing a high percentage of snaps in week 1, likely to probably play that same amount in week 2.
Mm-hmm.
And guys that are studs, like, let's not look over Nick Bosa, Brian Burns, Trey Hendrickson, doing studly things. 15 tackles for Nick Bosa right now, which leads all defensive linemen, again, before Monday Night Football kicked off. So those 3 guys just fantastic so far to start the season. Rashawn Gary, I think, is loving the Micah Parsons effect, y'all. 66% of snaps, 10 tackles, and 3 sacks so far this season.
Yeah.
And then Dorrance Armstrong, we wondered, who is the Washington edge rusher that's actually worth a crap? Turns out it was Dorrance Armstrong, who's off to a hot start there in Washington. They might have gotten their butts kicked by Green Bay on Thursday Night Football, but Armstrong's look pretty good. I think I had Mike Willard threw out a sack prop for Dorrance Armstrong that cashed. So thank you, Mike, for that one.
There's no one else there.
That's it.
That's all they got.
Him and Frankie Louvu, pretty much.
Yep. So he's gonna continue to get run. I mean, he was solid last year to start. He kind of slowed down, but yeah, he's I think he's a fine option for you this year. Yeah.
We got our first question here from Scott. Our boy Rougarou, pick up Malachi Starks and drop Kevin Byard. I don't think I'm there yet. I think I like the track record. Byard slept on, always underappreciated. So I think I'd stick with Byard for now.
In redraft, it's going to be tough. In Dynasty, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a wash in redraft, I
don't know. Malachi's pretty hot through 2 weeks.
Yeah. How do you do this past week? I didn't check his log.
Let me pull it up.
Look at that log, Bobo. Let's see. Another comment here from Corey Nichols. Guy came back from Roquan's monster game in my IDP league just tonight. Won by 6 points after thinking it was over for him. That's why IDP's the best. You get those 44-point games from Roquan out of nowhere and win your matchup.
Malachi's pretty much playing 100% of snaps.
Oh, yeah.
He missed 1 snap in week 1, had 7 tackles. This week kind of got the whole Roquan situation. Only played 93% of snaps because the game was over. Yeah. Had 7 tackles. So 14 tackles through 2 weeks.
14 tackles through 2 weeks is fantastic for a DB.
Yeah.
Especially one we kind of wondered, what is his role going to look like with Kyle Hamilton there? So
yeah, I mean, that's pacing for over 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. TJ Edwards to IR. Has that been, that was from Rougarou with a bunch of question marks. So is he officially headed to IR?
I guess
that would make sense.
Hamstring injury, right? And he was also already banged up. And
right. Came back too quick, I think.
Right. And so that's never a good thing. But Noel Sewell, he'll be awesome there. He was really, really good. I think people forget that he was, because there was I saw a little bit of chatter about people picking up the hippo-like guy, right?
Yeah. Hippolytus.
But man, Sewell was like super impressive in preseason. Thought he had a lot of momentum behind him, and then you see that he's the guy with Edwards out and racked up the tackles. I expect more of the same.
Yeah,
it's a bad defense. They're gonna have a lot of long drives against him. So, he's a must-add this week.
Rigatoni Sewell, as Macri called him.
That's right.
Because his brother's Panay Sewell.
That's correct.
The Italian.
There's another one, too. Another Sewell.
There is, yeah. That's like there's certain families that have like 3 brothers, like the Bosas.
They're coming after
the Ellis Bros. Yeah, the Ellis Bros are kind of kings of that mountain right now.
Yeah. Angel hair.
Angel hair. There you go. Spaghetti Sewell.
Hey, speaking of bros, did we talk about Joey Bosa as well?
No.
So let's speak on it, Addy.
He's been awesome. Yeah. I mean, he seems like he is that edge, too, there. Like, same thing with him. Like, we saw his snaps decline this past week, but also they were blowing out their opponent. I had a note in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yeah. 7 pressures on 15 pass rush snaps in week 2. Played 69% of the snaps week 1, 55% week 2, which, again, this was a blowout in week 2, so I'd expect that to rise a little bit because Rousseau had like the same exact share, so it's like they're playing these guys alongside each other.
That's more than I thought Joey Bosa would be playing early in the season. But
yeah,
I think this team kind of need him. Ed Oliver out this week.
Right.
I think it's like we got to get some juice, some pass rushing juice along this defensive line.
And Rosenthal tweeting that Bosa looks like as healthy as he's been in the last couple years.
And if he is, I know that's a
massive if. Massive if.
But I mean, you can do worse. Like he's alongside a really good defensive line. That's going to be a unit that's getting after it constantly.
Yeah.
I love that he said, Josh Allen maybe broke his nose, went back in the game. He's like, he's a beast. He's like, he asked me to make a big play for him, so I went out and got a sack. So hopefully, I did something for him. So I'm like, I love that Joey Bosa's already this deferential to Josh Allen. Like, I just want to go out and get a sack for Josh.
He's got to be motivated in that situation. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's a Super Bowl contender every year for as long as Josh Allen wants to play there.
So, Eddie, I think you wanted to shout out some impressive young defensive tackles as well. Let's show some love to the big guys.
Yeah, we got some really good young DTs emerging. Devontae Wyatt, 2 tackles, 1 sack in week 2. That was 22.6 points in Big 3 scoring. 11 pressures on the season. That's first among defensive tackles. Bobby mentioned Milton Williams, 3 tackles, 2 sacks this past week. That was 22.8 points. 9 pressures. That ranks 4th among defensive tackles. And then Byron Murphy, the second. 5 tackles, 1.5 sacks in week 2. Love to see that. 22.5 points. 7 pressures. That ranks 8th among defensive tackles. Also need to mention Elijah Cansey left the game tonight early.
Oh, no.
Pec injury. Does not look great.
That is not great, Bobo.
Yeah.
Pec injuries are no fun.
He was ruled out pretty quick, so that could be a little IR stint.
But how about these DTs, man? I mean, I was thinking like kind of up in the air, like who's DT 1 at this point, right? I mean, Jalen Carter,
Jeffrey Simmons.
We gotta put Jalen Carter in timeout for spitting on Dak Prescott week 1.
Yeah, it was a bad look.
Didn't even give me a single snap before you're out of the game. I mean, that's just like
you got to know too. National game,
it's the opening game.
Dozens of televisions.
It's before the first snap of the first game of the season, Jalen. What the hell are you doing?
That was insane. You had to feel like a total idiot walking off the field.
Right.
But no, you're right, Eddie. I mean, it is kind of up in the air. I mean, it has been, honestly, ever since, like, Quinnen Williams has kind of taken a little bit of a dip, So it's like Q is not as impressive as he was in 23, I guess is his big year. And then he got paid, potentially. I think.
Yeah, he's just not coming through on the sacks. He's still crushing it from the metric standpoint and whatnot.
Justin M, big step back. Jeffrey Simmons is still really good, in my opinion.
He's good, but he's never really gone to that level.
I agree.
He's always been like between 11 and 13 points per game, which that's fine. But we're just in a weird spot right now. It doesn't seem like there's,
one dominant force.
You still got DeForest Buckner and Chris Jones and those, older vets that are still probably your top dogs in redraft leagues.
Yeah.
But dynasty-wise, I think it's
wide open.
Wide open, right?
Yeah, both Jeffrey Simmons and Quinnen Williams pulled the 22 to 25 points week 1 and then 5 or 6 points week 2. So that's defensive tackle.
Yeah.
These guys are going to give you 25-point games, and they're going to give you 5-point games. Every defensive lineman, hell, every IDP is going to do this.
You got spoiled with Aaron Donald.
We really did. We really did.
Dude is not human. That was not normal.
No.
I'm about tired of him being in a bunch of the Rams' little social media posts with him just sitting on the bench before the game, his kids running around, and him just looking so cut up. Just like,
just get in
he
there,
could throw
Aaron.
shoulder pads on.
Why are you here? You're like a high school.
Put up 2.5 sacks.
Like a college freshman with your Letterman jacket on, sitting around the high school games. Just get out there, man.
I saw him in that post dapping up Todd Gurley. So, man, those were simpler times. With the Rams.
A long time ago.
So,
isn't Todd Gurley still younger than Derrick Henry?
I think so. I think so.
Also, I saw Jeremy Chin make a tackle on here. That was probably someone people had dropped week 1. Just folks, you got to just ride this thing out until like week 3 or week 4 once we get some data points.
So great comment here, Addie. This one's for you from Joey Savell. Tyke Smith just won me my week. Cornerback win him and Fairbairn sealed the deal.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know we throw it around sometimes, but true league winner, maybe. You know, I mean, for a guy that you got off waivers.
God, that sack he had was so
he's
sick.
just, and that's what he does.
He destroyed that running back.
That's what he does.
Agumba Wale was in the dirt, dog.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out Joey. Oh, comeback win with him and Fairbairn sealed the deal. So, there you go. Congratulations, Joey.
I think Tyke put up 20 in Big 3 scoring.
Just love to see it.
Yeah, very cool.
What a badass.
There were a lot of questions this week about, do I go Tyke or Antoine Winfield? And it's like, oh, man.
I know. It is like one of those things, like, I've loved Tyke so much, but now the hype is like, it scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, good Lord. Like, we're talking about dropping him for Antoine Winfield.
Antoine Winfield, yeah.
You know?
It's but you saw what he did again this week, and you're like, evidence is mounting.
Right? Yeah. No, I think Tyke. I think he deserves to be in the mix of like a top 5 option for you at this point. Like he's going to continue to get this usage, and like the big plays are always going to be there for him.
He's still a cornerback in.
He's a cornerback in our RSO league.
Wow.
So
not for long, you dirty bastard.
Him and Jalen Ramsey and Witherspoon is going to be tough to figure out who to start every week.
Can we talk about Travis Hunter real quick, just since you said cornerback?
Yeah,
that guy's
that big bust.
That guy's really good at corner.
That big old bust,
Yeah,
Bobo. Are you giving this big old bust some love?
He's a good corner.
He is a good corner.
That play was that's a pretty bad call there at PI at the end of that game.
Yes, it was.
But I don't know. It's just a weird situation right now in Jacksonville as a whole. I mean, I don't think you can look at Travis Hunter and say anything about him because, I mean, look at Brian Thomas right now. You know, look at Trevor Lawrence.
That team's kind of a
mess.
mess.
You can't say anything about Travis Hunter, period, right now. Like, look at all the who are we supposed to draft at 101 or 102 guys? Like, did you want us to draft Travion Henderson? Do you want us to draft? I mean, Ted McMillan's actually balling out and
but the Panthers stink,
right? But I mean, Omarion Hampton looked man week 1. Genty looked man week 1.
Maybe a Mecca.
Right, a Mecca, right? Is that who you're supposed to draft?
Like, who has a Mecca in our league, though? This guy.
There you go.
So what do you expect?
Tyler Warren's pretty awesome.
He's awesome. But, I mean, again, you just got, like, these things take time. Like, there's no reason in rushing this situation. Like, Trevor Lawrence looks legit.
Pretty bad.
Fighting
with Liam Cohen. Do you see that gif where he told him, hit him in the chest?
He shook him off.
And then he was like, shut up.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is not off to a great start. They are 2 games in to Cohen's tenure there.
Yeah.
And this is already happening.
I also saw like Trevor Lawrence like leagues the league in like first read looks.
Yep.
Which is never like the list of the quarterbacks on that, on that
that's
list
like
was not great.
That's like an Anthony Richardson list.
He was on it.
You don't want to be on the Anthony Richardson list.
Tua was on it. Yes, it was not a great look.
That's the prince who was promised can't read a defense. It's not great,
he's
Bob.
not been great, man. He really hasn't. He's got a lot of question marks still.
Do we have that drop?
Let's see. We might. No, we have not that guy. No, we don't have not. Oh, hold on.
Not great, Bob.
There you go. Just for y'all. Just for y'all.
And it is a shame because that team feels ready. They feel.
I know.
Yeah, ETN, Tootin. Britton Strange looks good. Trayvon Walker had a sack this weekend.
They could still. It's always tough when a new coach comes in. So
yeah, it'll take a bit.
I'm not writing them off yet, but not a great start.
Yeah, the Colts aren't just going to walk away with the AFC South either.
No, they're not that good of a team.
They'll Colt up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I was having this debate of, this tightrope this team has to walk with a defense that's better than it's been because it's more aggressive under Lou Anarumo. Like, we were banged up so bad. So you have to hope the injuries don't come back to bite us. But, like, we were out our top 2 cornerbacks. We were out Leatu Latu. They were literally spit roasting Xavier Howard. He got 3 penalties in 1 drive, 2 passes defended and a holding call on 1 drive. And that was our CB1, so shout out. But, I mean, the Colts should have lost that game, let's be honest. The Broncos missed the field goal to only be up 2 we miss the 60-yarder, and they get the 15-yard penalty. So they gift-wrapped the Colts the game. So the tightrope you have to walk with an offense that's like a B- probably at its ceiling, and then a defense that's like a C+. The ceiling is not really there, but we'll win the games that we should win. Maybe we'll win a few that we shouldn't, like this one, and we'll lose some that we shouldn't, like probably against the Jags or the Titans. But, this team will be, if they can keep DJ upright, that offensive line can keep playing well. God, Jonathan Taylor looks amazing.
Yeah, he does.
So if they can keep Daniel Jones upright and give Shane Steichen time to kind of dial up these kind of short, intermediate passes, I think we'll be frisky, but I'm not giving us the AFC South after 2 weeks.
I was a bit surprised to see Latu wasn't playing, and my boy JTT Tuimoloau didn't get more than like 5 snaps or something. Didn't get any playing time hardly at all.
It was Tyquan Lewis, Kwity Paye, Samson Ebukam is still there. So his time is coming, but yeah, we need Latu back. God, we need our cornerbacks. We need Charvarius Ward back. One of our guys just went on IR. I think it was short-term IR. So going to the game on Sunday, boys. I don't know if I told y'all that, but yeah, we'll be at the Colts-Titans game. So we'll get to see Cam Ward going against Indy.
Nice.
In Nashville. Yeah.
That'll be a good time.
That'll be fun.
Good luck doing Nashville.
That'll be fun. Yeah, this will be probably the last game we see in the old stadium.
Who's going, whole fam?
No, we're going with Jacob and him.
Nice.
We got gifted some tickets from one of Allie's clients. So
Heck yeah.
Shout out Kev. Thank you for the tickets.
Good seats.
25-yard line.
Yeah, money.
Wow.
Pretty sick. So
Third deck though.
Bobby, I got one. Yes, it's we're in the lights. We are sitting atop the lights on top of the
He's
stadium.
in 325.
Bobo, this one's for you here from Summer.
Yeah.
Would you trade Carson Schlesinger for Micah Parsons? Balanced scoring, but big boost for sacks and TFL. So would you trade Schlesinger for Micah Parsons?
Absolutely. Wouldn't think twice.
I think so too.
Yep.
So there you go, Summer. Thanks for the question.
Y'all do that in tackle heavy?
Probably not.
Probably not. Not if I'm not getting rewarded a lot for sacks.
100% of snaps, linebackers are like gold and tackle heavy.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, if y'all have trade questions, please drop those in the chat as well. We're happy to talk trades always. So we talked about Travis Hunter being a big old bust, basically being the worst player in fantasy football this season so far. So let's talk about some DBs who are actually good, unlike Travis Hunter. Brian Branch back to his playmaking ways in week 2, y'all. 6 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble. This is just what Double B does. Addie, a lot of chatter about Andrew Makuba on the Normie pods that I listen to kind of keep up with the NFL happenings.
Not the Normie pods.
The Normie pods are talking about Makuba. 6 tackles,
trade.
a half sack, an INT. Playing time looks pretty good. 84% in week 1, 80% in week 2. And then your boy, Drew Phillips, take a bow. 11 tackles, an INT, 84% of snaps as well, 80% in week 2. So Makuba and Drew Phillips put on a hell of a performance in week 2. I just wanted to take some time here to talk about, I know one of your favorites in Drew Phillips.
Yeah, Drew Phillips, I think was my dark horse CB1 pick. And this is what he has in him, right? I mean, he's got that dog in him, speaking of what's in him. But just a guy that can rack up the tackles, a guy that didn't get a lot of big plays last year, but I think that's fluky. I think he's going to see those work in his favor this year. And we're already seeing it 2 weeks in. He's a must start cornerback if you got him. And then Makuba.
Close.
A lot of tough names right now.
Sure.
A lot of tough.
agree.
You guys did drink all that bourbon to get the bourbon barrel lit on there, so you are lit up like a Christmas
That's
tree.
right. I got I'm mixing a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff being mixed in the Sode Shack, folks.
But yeah, this is great news for him. They did use surprisingly pretty good draft capital on him. It was like one of the last picks of the second round.
Yeah.
And that you love that he's already getting to play and get this type of snap share and then producing with it. So yeah, this is good things. Also got to imagine that long term, that room's probably not gonna, Reed Blankenship, he might move on, I would imagine. So I think it's, he's gonna pretty much, be the safety that you want there. But yeah, good stuff.
Only 2 receptions allowed this week for 18 yards with Makuba. And then has allowed 23 total yards on the season, 0 touchdowns, obviously, and a 59 passer rating when people target him. So, yeah, Makuba, he's getting the PT, and there's going to be opportunity. I do miss your boy Chauncey Gardner-Johnson being there. CD Deuce was different when he was an Eagle.
I loved it.
He had some moments tonight.
I thought Baker had like messed up his knee on like a scramble because he held it as he was getting up. I was like, oh God, did he blow out his knee or something? Then he got up and just started talking trash immediately, I think, to CD Deuce.
That's cool.
I was like, this is just the most CD Deuce and Baker experience imaginable. Baker, oh my God, did he blow out his ACL? Nope, he's talking trash to CD Deuce. He's fine.
Yeah.
So just always an adventure with Baker Mayfield.
Those guys are a lot more alike than they probably realize.
That's
man.
right. They just need to crack a beer at the bar to be able to talk.
That's what this world needs, man.
That's right. Keyshawn Nixon getting a lot of love as an outside corner. 2 tackles, 5 PDs. Did you have a note here, Addy, about more kick return involvement to come?
Yeah, and we'll see how the usage shakes out throughout the season. I mean, he could end up playing more slot again. I don't really know, but I do think more kick return involvement is going to come. It hasn't really been a thing for him yet. He's just returned like a handful of punts so far. But you got to remember, this team is like super banged up at corner. Like Nate Hobbs was back last week, but he played just 46% of the snaps, so that tells you he's still not healthy. So I think they're just not wanting to risk Nixon getting injured off of the returns right now.
They really can't afford it. I mean, he is their
right.
kind of shut down outside corner.
Can't afford it, but he's playing great, man. I mean, good Lord. 5 PDs, like, that is a big deal.
Someone tweeted that they bullied him into becoming a lockdown outside corner. It's like that's pretty good. The fans just bullied him into like, Keyshawn, come on, man. Like, we need more from you. He's like, fine, I'll be a shutdown outside corner.
Well, he's looking great, and that plays very well in Big 3 scoring, those 5 PDs.
Does indeed. Jalen Ramsey continues his resurgence in Pittsburgh, 6 tackles, and INT. He just looks like a Steeler. Mm-hmm. You know, like this looks like, of all the teams that he's played on, this looks like the team he was meant to be on.
Yep.
So love to see him continuing to dominate so far. Bobo, you called out Cam Curl. He kept his hot start going. 17 total tackles, a sack, 100% of snaps so far this season. You boys looking pretty good.
Yeah, another one of them had a really good game this week too. I think it was Cam Kinchins played pretty well. But I think Curl is the only one that we're going to be able to.
The Cam Bros?
Right now. Cam Curl.
The Cam Girls.
Cam Kinchins. Who else am I missing? There's another pretty big drafted.
Quentin Lake is there as well.
Yeah, Quentin Lake's still not seeing the production that we're looking for.
But is the alignment there for him? He's playing slot?
I don't know. I need to double down on that
here,
one.
Let me pull up Macri's article.
I know the production's not great. But yeah, Cam Curl, I mean, just stay in it with him.
Yeah, also while we have a moment, speaking of Jalen Ramsey and the alignment, like the alignment is primo right now for Ramsey, like playing ton to slot. Like I think he's going to play the most slot he's ever played this year. So good things. Get him. Oh God, Khalil Mack is going to the bench, and it looks
not great.
Oh no, is he grabbing his wrist?
Yes.
Oh no, that wrist looks broken.
Which if that's Khalil Mack doing that,
that's not good.
No.
Cam Curl, Quentin Lake, Cam Kinchins, and then
it's absolutely broke.
Jalen McCullough was the other guy playing safety there.
Also, Akilla Witherspoon, I think, out for the season with something today if you're, super deep in cornerback.
Yeah, it was the alignment for Cam Curl. He's actually playing a lot more of deep safety. Wow. 60% of his snaps at deep safety, 24% in the box. Quentin Lake is playing almost exclusively slot corner.
Wow.
And then Cam Kinchins is playing about the same split, honestly. 26% in the box, 67% deep, 88% of snaps overall. Shout out Macri and PFF for this data, of course.
Mm-hmm. So I'd expect Lake's production to normalize and get better.
For sure.
Yeah, that alignment looks really nice. Yeah, Jalen Ramsey, 100% of snaps. Let's see, box snap percentage, 21.5. 20%. So he had 41.5% in the box and in the slot. That's filthy.
Yeah.
You'd love to see
it's
that.
Awesome. It's very cool.
I had put down here, and I didn't see you had Ramsey up at the top, but I put Ramsey in for like a waiver pickup. People might have dropped him, or he might even still be available in some of these leagues. But same with your next guy. Jordan Lewis is going to be potentially available in a bunch of spots as well.
Yeah, let's talk about, you added a few names here to the doc, Addy. What you got?
I mean, Jordan Lewis is currently DB1.
I saw that.
Now.
What is up with that?
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But out of his 133 snaps, 100 have been in the slot, 17 in the box, 2 on the defensive line, 1 at free safety, and 13 at outside corner. So I mean, just terrific usage. And then has the tackles to back up that great usage that we're seeing. Grading well PFF wise, 72.4 overall. 71.7 in 2024. So, I mean, I don't think this guy's going to lose his job.
Certainly not going to lose it to Travis Hunter, that big old bust.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that guy stinks. I don't like his haircut either.
I love it. I think it's so awesome.
But Jordan Lewis, I mean, I think this will be a lot of people will be in line to get this guy just because, I mean, he's going to be listed at number 1. But I think it might be legit.
He's 100% a snap slot corner.
Correct.
I mean, you can make worse bets than Jordan Lewis.
Right. I will absolutely try and find out.
When do our waivers run? Wednesday.
I not in that league, boys. I don't.
You're too sick.
I don't
That's
have
true.
the room. I mean,
You're too dirty.
He's CBU now, not LBU anymore.
I am CBU.
Too many losses there, but CBU, absolutely. Paulson Adebo. So let's talk about Paulson Adebo as well here, Addy.
Yeah, I mean, another guy quietly been elite for the past, couple of years. If you look at the last 24 games, dude is averaging 15.1 points per game. That is continuing this year with the Giants. 20 tackles, 15.8 points per game. Plays outside. But getting peppered with targets, finding ways to make tackles.
Yeah, 92.1% at wide corner.
Yeah,
according to John.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, like not playing slot, but I mean, we have 24 games of this dude being the top corner.
Yeah. That's a pretty damn good sample size.
I feel like that is probably CB1 over 24 games.
Also, before you get to the next guy, Eddie, did you see Pat Surtain move around a lot? I mean, obviously they played the Colts. I mean, Surtain was lining up some inside with Tyler Warren. I think he had 11 tackles this week. So
yeah, he did.
A guy much like Paulson Adebo. I mean, better obviously outside corner, but it's kind of cool to see them start maybe moving Surtain like inside some. Because a friend of mine had asked me, I don't think it was Connor. It was somebody else. Like, who is Surtain going to stay on? And I was like, probably not anybody. Like, there's no stud really in Indianapolis enough to, like, say, look, you're staying on Justin Jefferson the whole time. Also, Justin Jefferson in a Lowe's commercial I just saw, that's a red flag for me. I'm not a Lowe's guy.
Yeah, they got
Home Depot,
Kelsey,
Home Depot, and
CMC.
Menards.
Oh, Menards. I haven't even been there yet.
Dude, my kids like to call it Maynard's.
Menards is kind of buck wild. There's food right across from like a pair of overalls, and you got like your toilets 2 aisles over.
What is not to love?
And your patio furniture. It's a whiplash kind of scenario at
Like
Menards.
a little bit of a Walmart type of deal.
Yeah, but like 90, 85, 90% like a Lowe's, and then it just has clothes and also groceries and like dishwasher stuff.
So it has like more like the home improvement type
It's really,
of stuff.
it's really more of like a renovation. If you're, building a house, it's really more of like a construction type atmosphere. But hey, you need to pick up some
you're like,
lemon
oh crap,
drops.
I need a pair of overalls and some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
while
a
I'm
good
here.
candle.
Sure, sometimes I guess you do. We have a lot of those options here though.
Absolutely. It's
hard to choose.
It's a nice
Hard to
experience.
choose.
I love that.
You also wanted to shout out Billy Bowman. I don't want your life.
Billy Bowman Jr.
High school football legend Billy Bowman Jr.
I think his little weasel profited last week off of the Billy Bowman Jr. talk.
Actually, I didn't start him because I couldn't find. He was questionable up until basically start of the game. So
You gotta have faith in Billy Bowman Jr.
I didn't throw him
Bobo.
in there because I didn't know for sure.
But I mean, another great game in a primetime spot against Minnesota.
Yeah.
Snap percentage was 81% in week 1, 94% in week 2. He did almost get burned by Jalen Naylor, but J.J. McCarthy can't hit him. So, but overall, I mean, you love to see Billy Bowman
Wheels up.
back-to-back weeks making big plays. I think he had the sack week 1, the INT week 2, and he almost had another INT. It looked like he did it first, but hit the ground.
Hit the ground. Yeah, it was close. It was close, but
great start for Billy Bowman. I mean, you love to see the snap share jump back up there. Might have that dog in him.
Potentially.
was there almost another interception for Henley? Rougarou was saying there was almost another for Henley. Yeah, are we going to see Khalil Mack in a cast next week? Probably. So. They'll just cast that thing up and he'll be back out there.
Right, that's the thing. I'm not really worried about Mack missing too much time.
But you could tell that thing snapped. He's holding it. It looks crooked. It's like, uh-oh, that thing is definitely broke.
Yeah.
But let's talk about linebacker, arrow up, arrow down situation, boys. This will kind of feed nicely into our waiver section here. Not necessarily saying these guys are busts or going to win you your leagues or anything like that. Just like after week 2, we have a little more data, stock up or stock down for these guys. We'll kind of alternate here so we don't end on a sour note. But arrow up for Eric Wilson, 100% of snaps, and Ivan Pace Jr., 89.4% of snaps.
Yes.
We speculated that maybe Ivan Pace Jr. was going to get more work as well as Eric Wilson, being the kind of green dot replacement for Blake Cashman, and that was true on both counts. So love to see that for one of our favorites, and Ivan Pace Jr. getting darn near a full-time workload.
Yes, and there are a lot of missing parts there in Minnesota right now, so I don't know how much I trust it going forward. But yeah, I mean, this is you love to see this at least for week 2.
Yeah, Blake Cashman on IR. So
right. So I mean, we're gonna at least get 3 more games of heavy usage, I would imagine, from both these two. But Eric Wilson slept on as well. Like, people forget there was a time when he was in Minnesota before, and he had some games where he put up some 30 burgers. So he's talented. He can stuff the stat sheet. Both these guys are must-adds, I think.
He's in that bucket, at least in my head, with like Isaiah McDuffie, of like, if they get the opportunity, you're going to feel just fine rolling these guys out.
Right, but unlike McDuffie, he'll actually put in some big plays and stuff too.
Exactly. So arrow up for both those guys. Bobo, arrow down for Demetrius Knight Jr. It was a nice little 75, 76% of snaps week 1. Dropped down to 57.7% against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I guess we're probably not starting Demetrius Knight Jr. right now, but not worried or anything like that for Dynasty. But this could be one of those things where the snap share just fluctuates week to week for the rookie thus far.
There were a lot of questions about, what do we do with Demetrius Knight this week? Can we start him? And there were a lot of other, good name questions on the Start Sit show with Jeff. And, you're right. It's just kind of it's kind of like that second LB there for the Rams. None of them you can really start right now until you see a, snap share north of 85% for a guy like Demetrius
I'm not
Knight.
Rolling out somebody that's playing south of 80% of snaps.
It'd be kind of cool going back to Eric Wilson to see the Vikes bring Eric Kendricks in.
Maybe
a little depth.
Make a lot of sense.
Pretty solid too. He would.
Because you got to think behind Evan Pace, they don't have a whole
They've
lot
already
of people.
brought back Thielen, so
yeah, why not?
reunite with the old Vikes.
Let's get Kirk Cousins back in the building.
Let's do it. Hey, the Bengals need to call back Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or Jameis. Can you imagine Jameis throwing to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase?
That was the tweet I saw today.
Holy cows.
Minnesota too. I mean, he'd be
50 touchdowns incoming for Jameis Winston if that's the case.
Man, the Chargers defense looks amazing. I don't know if it's just that because they're playing the Raiders, but
could be.
I mean, getting pressure up front, defensive backs are, swatting everything down.
With Mack out, who is it just Thule now on the defensive line?
It's just Thule. That's
just
all
Thule,
they're
just
rushing.
one player.
Rush 1, drop 10.
Hey, arrow up for Jack Sanborn, 83.6% of snaps. Love to see that.
Yeah.
Hope is not dead yet. Kenneth Murray, if you saw the timeline, I think Mike posted a great screenshot of Dallas fans calling for Kenneth Murray to be thrown out of the stadium in week 2, so that was fun.
Mike, we need you to spearhead this thing. Cut up some clips of Kenneth Murray, tag the Cowboys.
Show us how bad this dude stinks on video.
Come on. But, I mean, also, Sanborn, 80% Sanborn is a fine dart throw.
Right. What do you have? I think he had 8 tackles or something like that.
That's Sanborn for you.
Hey, the fact that Sanborn is not coming on the show though, that's a red flag. I
don't care for that.
I'm not telling anybody to pick up Sanborn.
Jack, have your people talk to our people.
Yeah, Jack,
we want to make this happen.
Come on, dude.
But I think this was when maybe Sanborn probably thought he was going to be the green dot, right? He was big time in us.
We will help you rehabilitate your image a little bit, Jack. Come on.
You need us, Bubba.
14 tackles through 2 weeks. So for how much he's playing, that's not a bad tackle output for Jack Sanborn. Real quickly, just because we already mentioned him, Noah Sewell, 61% of snaps with TJ Edwards. It looks like going to IR. That's going to be a hot waiver pickup. And then, consequently, arrow down. TJ Edwards' hamstring injury sounds like IR likely. These two are kind of combined. Arrow up, Teddy Buchanan, 82.2% of snaps. Arrow down, Trenton Simpson, 20.5. Bobo, it seems like maybe. We'll see. I'm not trusting it yet. But we have a week where the LB2 battle in Baltimore has taken a drastic turn towards Teddy Buchanan.
I don't know why we wouldn't trust it. I think Trenton Simpson is just not a great linebacker. I think he's not a great player. He's a special teams guy, and he won't be on the Ravens for many more years, I don't think. And I don't know that I really trust Teddy Buchanan to really, outside of maybe like a LB3, LB4 type of situation.
Now Kyle Van Noy I saw is maybe going to IR. Yeah, so who do we like from the Ravens defense now? I mean, obviously Roquan, Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks. maybe some of the cornerbacks in a CB required league, but like
Mike Green, somebody that's going to see his snap share tick up. He saw it this past week. I think he played, have it in here, 62% of snaps.
Yep.
I believe. So, yeah, he should get a bigger opportunity. OA, I mean, he needs to come through at some point. Good Lord.
He's got to be near his contract ending.
They played Tavius Robinson a whole lot. They love that guy for some reason.
They love that guy.
But yeah, they should have brought Clowney back. I saw where Clowney signed with Dallas.
He did.
They certainly could have used him back. He knew the system and whatnot.
I honestly thought that the Ravens made the most sense to try to bring in Micah. You're in an absolute window of windows with Derrick Henry, Lamar, Mark Andrews.
I mean, you've seen what it's done for this Green Bay defense.
Roquan, those young DBs. Like, how can you be in any more window than that? And all you need is just some pass rush, man. And Odafe Owe is not it. But
yeah, you got Tavius Robinson leading your edge rushing group.
Yeah.
And the rookie at number 2. Like,
there anybody left out there on waivers, like NFL waivers?
Not anymore. The 2 big edge rushers were Zadarius Smith and Jadeveon Clowney.
Clowney signed right after the game.
Pretty much. Dallas.
That's right.
I think Dallas and Philadelphia are both like, this ain't it, bro. Guys we got here are not getting it done. So let's get some extra juice in the building.
It's a bad room, but very inexperienced room. So yeah, they needed somebody like Clowney.
So arrow slightly up for Devin Lloyd. Don't trust it, but he did play almost 70% of snaps. Drew Tranquil, big winner for week 2. We kind of wondered, like, what was that snap share going to look like had he not gotten banged up in week 1? 88% of snaps in week 2. So looking like almost a full-time role for Drew Tranquil.
Chenal was also back up. I checked him just to make sure, like, week 1 was a major fluke.
Why are you
still wasn't that great, but definitely better than what it was. It was like 20% week 1.
Why are you not more hype on Tranquil, Addy? I'm worried. You're the Tranquil boy.
He's been boring there, man, and he's very inconsistent. Like I don't really like linebackers in that system.
Yeah,
honest. Bolton's also very up and down.
It's very true.
But yeah, Tranquil. I mean, I actually like Tranquil better in LA when he was with the Chargers for a little bit.
Honestly, Kansas City is kind of becoming the new New England. In a sense, you don't really want the running backs. You don't really know which wide receiver it's going to be. It's not Kelsey anymore. And really defensively, we're not telling you to start any of these guys. I mean, you're starting Karlaftis, but I mean, like Chris Jones only in defensive tackle leagues. Like, I don't really want to start him D-line and sleeper if I can, get away from it.
Yeah, if he's like my DL 3 or 4.
Shamari Connor, is going to have some pop weeks for you from time to time. Nick Bolton is going to be a good LB2, LB3, but he's not this LB1 that people are, drafting him like he's going to be. So, I don't know. I don't hate I do think Drew Tranquil he's a better NFL linebacker than he is IDP linebacker. But you're right. I mean, 80-ish% of snaps through 2 weeks, 11 tackles and 2 sacks. The 2 sacks in week 1 are cool. And he's going to have those little pop-off games.
That's what that was the experience right there for Tranquil.
Yeah.
He had a great week 1.
Yeah.
No one started him. He wasn't in any lineups unless you're in a very deep league. And then people put him in the lineup.
And he scored 6.5 points on 6 tackles.
And it was average as hell.
Yep. So
good call.
Great question here from Mr. Raven Craven. Says, should I pick up Dax Hill or Cam Curl? Dynasty League.
Cam Curl.
I think.
Who was it?
Dax Hill or Cam Curl.
Dax Hill, though, shout out. He's playing great right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's also still super young. I think this is his 3rd or 4th year in the league.
Yeah, he's a 70% slot, 100% of snaps guy for the Bengals, 70.4% in the slot.
So, I mean, yeah, you like to see that. Jordan Battle's also, great start for him. So you like to see that. Those were 2 guys that it seemed like they were like turning towards being busts a couple years ago, right? Yeah. But you got to be a little patient.
A little bit of a bounce back. So you going Curl or Dax Hill?
I'm going to go Dax Hill.
Okay. I'm going Curl. You going Curl, Bobo?
I'm going to go Curl, but Dax Hill,
close.
17 tackles and an INT through 2 weeks is pretty primo.
Pretty nice as well.
Put a pin in it. Pay attention to it.
Thank you, Mr. Raven Craven. A couple more here. Robert Spillane, arrow down. Time to panic. 6 tackles, 16.5 total points through 2 weeks.
Maybe. New scheme.
Yeah.
New team.
Snaps are there for production, and Robert Spillane is nothing if not just a volume equals tackles monster.
Now I think he'll be fine, but like, is he gonna be at top 10 linebacker that we've seen the past 2 years? I don't think so.
Not at this pace.
No. But yeah, I mean, I'd imagine the tackles are going to be down this year, So you don't drop him or anything dumb like that, but you just gotta, expectations.
Readjust.
Yeah, he should be an LB2, LB3 type for you.
Right. But unfortunately, that's not where you drafted him. So you're kind of left holding the bag right now.
But this wasn't the time to draft him, folks. I mean, his ADP was as high as it's been. Like
going into
pivot.
a new scheme, it's just always kind of dicey. Great comment here from DTZRR. Tyke Smith is it. I'm glad I picked him up. Thanks for your advice. Thank you for checking into the show, and good move picking up Tyke Smith.
That's what we do here, folks.
That's right. And great comment earlier from Joey. He said, "Thanks, boys. I think he's my starting DB all year." Hey, love to see Tyke Smith as your starting DB all year. Let's keep it rolling here. We got a couple more, and then we'll wrap up and head to waivers. Cole Holcomb, don't pick him up. It was just nice to see proof of life. This guy had such a gnarly knee injury. I thought his career was over, honestly. It was that sort of level of catastrophic knee injury. But he was the guy who came on for Patrick Queen when Patrick Queen briefly exited the game on Sunday. So just proof of life. Just good to see Cole back out there. That's all.
Shout out Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson looking good as well.
Had a game, baby.
What was his snap share? He was looking pretty good as well, wasn't he? He was 86.2% of snaps. So
had a sack, had healthy amount of tackles.
7 tackles. Him and Patrick Queen both had 7 tackles. So again, shout out Macri for that. One more here. I think you put this one in, maybe, Addy. Any Zaire Franklin panic.
Right. I mean, we just talked about
not great
the Spillane thing with the scheme change. Like, how are we feeling about Zaire Franklin? Because also remember, like in Cincinnati with that DC, like Jermaine Pratt, Logan Wilson, they never were the most efficient tacklers.
Right. They always felt like high-end LB2s, LB3s for you.
And right now we're looking at what? Like Zaire has 9 tackles through 2 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah,
Something
let me
like
look.
that.
I got it pulled up here in Sleeper. Let's look and see. Yeah, he has 9 tackles for the first week, 5 the second week, 13.25 total points this season so far.
So, I mean, that's not great because you spent in the IDP only best balls, you spent like a top 15 pick on this dude.
He was LB1, I think, in D-Up.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I mean, he was like ridiculous the last couple of years.
It's just a scheme thing. Like I think John pointed it out on Twitter when someone asked about Zaire. This team's playing more man coverage, which is not great for tackle efficiency. So it's not like he's not going to be startable, but kind of like Robert Spillane, you might just want to readjust your expectations a little bit and look at him more as like your LB2, LB3 kind of option here. What do you think, Bobo? You worried at all about Zaire?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. That's not enough. That's not enough tackles for where you drafted him or the the expectations for him. I don't know, but the other side of it is we've been saying to sell Zaire for a while now. 29 years old, hasn't been the best in terms of like PFF grade. So I don't know. If you're just now panicking on Zaire, I don't know where you've been, because there've been other times it's been a little panicky. Even injury wise, like he gets a little banged up from time to time.
Yeah, he's been a sell for a while, I think. But he also, in fairness to him, he has had these stretches before where he's like sucked for a little bit, and then he's like, oh yeah, he's a beast. He's on pace to
he's finished as LB1 2 out of the past 3 years. So
we'll see.
Foye, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you see like Roquan and Fred,
right?
Both starting the year off very well, and then Zaire just
sucking it up
not
so
what
far.
You want.
Yeah, new defensive coordinator. That's why I think you have to have reason for concern, because what does that do to his tackle efficiency?
And that's why he was never the pick there at that ADP.
Right. Always a little rich.
I imagine everyone at this table has 0 Zaire.
I went and looked. I have 0 Zaire. So let's talk waiver targets and drops. If Matt Milano is out, which, shocker.
Looks like it.
Got banged up there in week 2 against the Jets, Dorian Williams is going to be a hot pickup off the waivers. This dude is a prolific tackler. I think he might have led the Bills in tackles last season. Now, I think Bernard and Milano were out for stretches last year, so not a shocker, but this dude can rack up the tackles. So Dorian Williams is going to be a very hot pickup if Milano is indeed out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like leading the league in tackles
Right.
Until he got hurt or whatever happened to him last year. I think he got banged up.
It's the Bills linebackers. I
Because
just
remember
assume all get banged up.
remember like they did that rotating mix of like Balin Spector or whatever.
Oh God, yes. I tried to block that out. but
There was other people in the mix that were just like, huh, who?
Was it the AJ Klein?
Was it Andreessen? Joel Andreessen
yes,
was
I think for a week.
a little bit of a preseason
AJ
hero.
Klein for a quarter, maybe.
Jeez Louise, what a rough group. But yeah, Dorian Williams, check the injury reports for Matt Milano, see what he's expected to be out. But that's a nice pickup if he's out.
He can tackle folks.
Right.
But at this point of Milano's career, you should be finding your exit route with him because he's just going to start, just staying on the injury report. I have a feeling.
If you
That's all
drafted
he's done
Milano,
the past 2
hopefully
years.
you handcuffed him with Dorian Williams.
Yeah.
He probably will be the best start, honestly, amongst the Bills linebackers if Milano is out. What are we doing with Devin Bush? Any interest in picking up the Bush man?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, what is he like? Linebacker 3 or 4 right now?
Pretty much, yeah. Playing like 75% of snaps or so thus far.
Like we all thought.
I mean, he's fine.
Is he the Devin that we've wanted all along?
He's fine. You can't always get these 100% guys, and he's
In deeper leagues, I think he's fine.
yeah.
Let's talk about, some drops here real quick.
What do you? I mean, what year is this? Devin Bush, Devin
know.
White,
Devin Lloyd still getting talked about.
top 10 linebackers.
The Devins are all relevant right now.
Yeah.
The Devins are so hot right now.
This is a Devin week for
This
sure.
is a Devin week. Reminders, if you haven't already dropped Akeem Davis-Gaither and Trenton Simpson, you can do so. Bobo, shallow leagues, drop Omar Spates and Trevin Wallace. What do you think about that one?
Trevin Wallace had a couple bad looks this week.
He might stink.
Yeah, he looks like he might not be great. Omar Spates, yeah, I mean, he's going to have some week where I saw on your ads, your waivers here, Joe Bachie. I'm skeptical to add Joe Bachie.
Yeah, just with the uptick in snaps.
In very deep leagues.
Grasping.
I'm just like maybe
In deep
you're
leagues,
desperate.
maybe, but he did see 80% of snaps this week.
That's
that
what we
was Bachie.
expected, yeah.
But with Spates, I mean, you're going to see very similar production. You're going to see some weeks where all of a sudden it's, Cam Curl, Kinchins, it's going to be a bunch of DBs. And then maybe some weeks Spates jumps up for 6-7 tackles on 80% of snaps, but it's not anything that I'm trusting long term.
Yeah, that I'm not trusting it. I'm just saying, depending on your league depth, Joe Bachie might be in play.
Yeah.
Addy, hold your nose for this one. Stinky Pete Warner. Any interest based on what Stinky Pete has done so far this season?
Sure. If he's going to keep playing that snap share, I mean, yes. I mean, he's producing with it. And again, like, I do like Stutzman to eventually overtake him, but I don't know. I mean, he's doing well enough to hold on to it for right now.
17 and a quarter. As far as point outputs by Big Three scoring the last 2 weeks.
But we also should point out, but this is like abnormal for Pete Warner to produce like this. Like he's never been this type of player.
What's up with all the Saints IDPs? It's just because their offense is bad? Like, they all seem to be hooping right now.
Probably so.
Carl Granderson is DL1. Stinky Pete's averaging 17.
DeMario Davis still doing the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of weird right now. The Saints are so hot.
Yeah, I know.
It's a Saints week.
I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect a lot of those guys to stick, though, really.
No.
I mean, I think
The Saints also started off like 2-0 last year and were the talk of the league. This kind of feels like the same, but in reverse, where it's like the defense is really good.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see them try out a lot of different stuff as this year goes on and it starts swirling around the toilet. The turlet.
The turlet. Speaking of turlet, let's wrap this thing up so I can go back in the house.
Go blow it out. You gotta blow it out.
Blow it out.
What'd you eat?
What'd
you eat?
I'm trying to make a transition here. If you can let me. Are you gonna blow the fat for Nick Himbig?
Don't you hate when
Nick
people do that? Though?
Herbig.
Yes, we are. But don't you hate when people do that? They're like,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They tell you like, oh, I love this, or I love chili, but it doesn't love me. It's like, well, I don't want to think about you taking a dump.
I don't need to be at work watching you eat chili. Be like, oh, Debbie's gonna be absolutely destroying the commode here in about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It just runs right through me. I just don't agree with me. I'm like, keep that in your inside thoughts.
Don't need to know it.
We don't
never needed it.
No, my those were so many of my pet peeves were around lunch when I worked in an office. Like, what'd you get? Did you bring some for me?
That smells good. And they just stand over your shoulder.
Just smack them in the head with my Tupperware. Like, get away from me.
Please leave.
Yes.
I'm embarrassed of what this is.
Yeah, just work from home. You don't have to do with that.
Oh, I used to just eat lunch in my car. I would never eat in the office.
Yeah,
Just didn't want the hassle.
That's the move.
Didn't want the headache.
T-Bell.
So yes, Nick Himbig back on track.
Himbig for sure. I mean, this is probably the waiver ad of the week. If I had to, like, at least among your pass rushers, because Alex high ankle sprained Smith.
Ooh.
Wow, you crammed that in there. I was like, why does this look so weird in the doc?
Yeah, I did that. I did that, folks. No one's ever done that before.
No one has tried.
Right?
It takes the brave amongst us to try something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Love my vision. I got good vision.
Proud of you, Addy.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's going to ball potentially. We just saw him put up 25 points this past week with the increased opportunity. Also, Jack Sawyer should get a little bit of a tick up.
That's what Jeff Palmazal was just saying. Jack Sawyer.
But Himbig, I think, is, if you're looking for a guy that he should probably slot into that 60-70% snap share role. I think. He's. I'll be starting him if I have him.
Yep. Great question here from Brad Gilbert. He says 16-team dynasty, 40 plus 10 roster, DT required. He has Buckner and Cam Hayward. Waiver wire auction priority. You ready for this? These are the options that are out there. Milton Williams, Nick Himbig, Zach Harrison. He said, I have Yaya, Latu, Phillips, Tooley, Nolan Smith. I guess that's Tavius Robinson, maybe.
Yes.
So how would you rank those? I think Himbig, number one.
Himbig, Milton Williams, 2. Also, though, shout out Zach Harrison. That reminded me. I did have a note about him in here.
Yes, you did.
Continues to lead Atlanta defensive line in snaps. Played 57% week 2, 62% in week 1. 3 tackles, 2 sacks against Minnesota and J.J. McCarthy. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see with him. He's always been a guy that's like popped and been impressive when he gets opportunity, but just hasn't really gotten opportunity. But it seems like this year he's going to get the most he's ever had. So. But still, he's not someone that I'd recommend outside of like your deepest league. So for Brad, I'd say Himbig,
and Milton Williams, and Zach Harrison third of that group.
I think so.
Okay.
Shout out, Brad. I know that you're loving this Deion Henley performance.
Yes, sir. Love to see it. Also, should mention, speaking of Zach Harrison, speaking of Atlanta, James Pierce Jr., 8 pressures on 30 pass rush snaps, 26.6% rate. Atlanta was getting after that ass in Minnesota. All their edge rushers, it seemed like, were getting home last night.
Yeah, Minnesota, they have those games, and also I think J.J. McCarthy is just putting himself in a bad
essentially a rookie.
A lot of bad situations, holding on to the ball too long, trying to escape, through the middle of these pockets that immediately collapse. So yeah,
that immediately collapsed. He says
there was never a hole to begin with.
It was a mirage.
Yeah, just a lot of growing pains, and I think you're going to see. If you're playing against Minnesota, or if you have pass rushers going against that Minnesota offense, like I think you want to start them every week.
Yeah, especially if you're going to have Kirk Cousins back there, or
I would love to.
I mean, they need to be picking up the phone.
Wow, I forget about that.
Yeah, so question here from DT. Any concerns about Verse going forward? We mentioned this earlier in the show, DT. Not concerned. This is just the variance with defensive linemen. Not worried about Jared Verse.
Now, I do think, though, that he may never have the ceiling that some people think he does.
For sure.
Like, if you look at the grades and stuff, like, this boy is trending for, he's going to be the next Micah Parsons, Will Anderson. I don't know that he's ever going to be that type of player. Like, he feels more of like 12 to 13 sacks, like maximum, but he's always going to be a guy that gets a lot of tackles. So I think he could still be very, very good. I just worry that we ever see him really finish as a top 5 option.
I know too, a little bit in the off season, he was dealing with some type of knee injury. So maybe just keep an eye on that, because if that kind of, some of the knee stuff really doesn't go away in season. So kind of keep an eye on Josiah Stewart, because that might be, I think Versus snaps really ticked down this week to like 60%, 70%.
Oh, wow, did they?
He dropped quite a bit.
Yeah, it was 65.2%.
Interesting.
Byron Young was 77.3.
What was Hold on, let me pull him up real quick.
Yeah, John's note here is putting up production that we'd hope to see from Jared Verse, as Young has looked great so far and now has 3 sacks in 2 games. Verse was unable to land a sack in this favorable matchup. However, his usage is still positive, and he'll continue to be a play as a top option more often than not.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart this week, almost 40% of snaps, 2 tackles, and a sack. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And then that wasn't the case with Verse last year. Like, he was a guy that was getting like around 80%, if I remember right. So
maybe coming back from an injury, kind of slow playing him.
Yeah.
I think you're seeing that with
he played a lot in week 1. He played like 90%, I think, in week 1.
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of wonder if they're doing that with Travis Hunter as well. Like, he had that off-season injury right before the season started. So I think they're just slow rolling him in a little bit. But let's wrap up here, boys. Couple more waiver mentions here.
Before we move on, Adam is really right. Jack Sawyer could really pop here in the next couple weeks. Played 40% of snaps. I think he had 6 tackles, a sack, probably a QB hit or 2, I believe also. But I really want to see what Jack Sawyer looks like while we've got some kind of turbulence there for Pittsburgh. That's
classic
a good call
Pittsburgh pit.
Oh, yeah.
With getting him.
Yeah, he's going to end up being like like an edge 2 here in a year or 2. So go ahead and
It's gonna be the him big and Jack Sawyer show.
Yeah,
once
honestly.
TJ Watt and Highsmith are out the door in a couple years. Yeah. So, a couple more waiver pickups. We mentioned Mike Green already. Kyle Van Noy, maybe a candidate for IR, DFR. Missed multiple games due to a hamstring injury. You mentioned Eddie put up 3 pressures while playing 62% of the defensive snaps. Baron Browning. Let's not sleep on Baron Browning as well, Addie. What you got here for him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that continues to have a good pressure rate. Played 51% of the snaps so far this season. 10 pressures. That's 6th most among edge rushers. 20.4% pressure rate. We've been here before with Baron Browning and looking good with the zing. Good Lord,
zing to QJ.
There might be nothing more fun than watching Justin Herbert throw a football.
A deep ball from Herbert
is beautiful.
Just on a rope.
Yeah,
absolute frozen rope. That dude has a missile.
Did you see him throwing the middle finger to the media when he walked by today?
No.
Justin Herbert
not up top, but just walking by.
That's some middle school stuff right there.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, come on, Justin.
About what? What was he?
I don't know.
Was he just kidding?
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, maybe I got.
Probably was.
You got deep faked.
Maybe
you got tricked by the deep fake. Maybe. So Baron Browning, looking good.
An option. You know what I mean? Zaven Collins also looking good. He had a bunch of pressures this week. He's always grading well.
Always Zaven season on this podcast.
Yeah, I'll never let him go.
Never let him go. Pat Jones, DJ Wanham. Volume plays,
right? Pat Jones played 89% of the snaps this past week, which is crazy. Had a solid week. Had some nice tackles. Didn't get home on a sack, but it gave you a solid week. Didn't give you. You didn't start him, but would have given you a solid week. And
someone in like start 5 DL was like, I did, damn it. These deep or like a 32 team league.
It's a good start. It's a good start in there. And then Wanham 73% of the snaps in week 1, 69% in week 2. Very nice. I would expect that to tick down here pretty soon as they try to get these young guys, Nick Scorton, Princely,
Umami Allen.
Princely U,
baby.
That's what I'd be calling them. So I would imagine that, maybe this doesn't stick forever, but for right now, I think you can, if you're needing just volume, just a guy that maybe going to play 70% of the snaps. And these two are really good.
If you're in a tough spot and you need some volume, these are your boys. Pick up the remote. Let these guys give you some volume.
Yeah, you got to be in a tough spot, but it's a spot nonetheless.
Sometimes we get in tough spots, folks.
Sure,
and we have to have a wicked DJ Wanham to bail us out.
He's been fine. He's been slept on.
Umami Ellen on 24% of snaps, tackle and a sack this week. So
let's go.
I think I saw Scorton was at like 40%.
Yeah. Didn't do much, but yeah, you're exactly right, Addie. Because honestly, a lot of the coach speak there is just the youth and how we're going to get some of these guys that are younger some more opportunities.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, and then you have
Cole Bishop, but we had to put a DB in here. I didn't have time to fill out the rest of this.
Hey, Cole Bishop season, baby.
But, tap into the IDPshow.com. They'll take care of you over there.
Yeah, waivers go out tomorrow.
All right, but Cole Bishop, just nice to see him have a good game. Yeah. Not ideal usage. 57% of his snaps at free safety, but playmaker, 5 tackles, 1 sack. Welcome back to relevance, Mr. Bishop.
Welcome back.
And could be the beneficiary here from all this linebacker weirdness.
Could be.
Maybe
for sure.
The answer is Cole Bishop.
There will be a lot of missed tackles in front of him.
He's gonna move his Bishop.
As literally on the TV, Derrick Henry stiff arming Cole Bishop
into the nether realm. Good Lord. Can we not have me in the highlight, please? You had some random notes here, Addy. I want to shout out Lucas Van Ness, or was that you, Bob?
Oh, yeah, I did. I added a couple, yeah.
Who put this in the doc?
Yeah, Van Ness looks like he's the third edge rusher there in Green Bay. Talanoa Hufanga, 21 tackles through 2 weeks, guys. And the usage hasn't changed much for him. If you look at his career usage, 2021 through 2024, 42% of his snaps in the sweet spot, 48% this year. So, yeah, just could be one of those years for Hufanga, like we've seen with Minkah Fitzpatrick, where he just out of nowhere just posts up 130 tackles.
Jesse Bates,
right? So you never know, but this is you like to see this start from him. Also, just wanted to shout out Upton Stout, holding down the slot there in San Francisco.
WKU's finest, baby.
Go Tops, 5 tackles, 1 sack, 16.5 points. That's probably like a top 5 finish for a Western Kentucky University alum.
I was going to say, I saw D'Angelo Malone crack the very bottom of the Atlanta edge rusher rotation.
That's where I was like, I feel like he may have had a couple sacks in a game, so he's probably not the one yet.
Has he, though?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Upton Stout may hold that, so congrats, Upton Stout. That's a very big accomplishment.
We'd love to see that.
And then Jermaine Johnson, I saw he left with an ankle injury, so that's something to monitor.
Come on, Jermaine.
Yeah,
Monday night developments. Hunter sack, Tyke sack. Cansey hurt. I feel like we've talked about these.
That was developments through about the first quarter.
And as you were transitioning over to the shed for the show.
Right, correct.
So thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all checking out this week 2 live stream. We're going to do these at least a couple more weeks here. The start of the season, we want to be able to pop in and give you all waiver suggestions on Monday nights. You have plenty of time to set your waivers. If you'd like more recommendations on waivers, like Addy mentioned, theidpshow.com paid supporters get access to our waiver article, which drops Tuesdays around lunchtime. Mike's Green Dot article is already out for week 1. It's jam-packed with nugs. You want to check that out. He'll be updating it after Monday Night Football. So check in on Tuesday. Even if you've read it already, go read it again tomorrow, because he'll be writing up these 4 teams that are playing on Monday Night Football. We've got the projections go out on Wednesday. The start-sit tool will be updated Wednesday afternoon for you all to use to start getting those lineups ready.
Dynasty ranks tightening up.
Dynasty ranks are always tightening up. You're in there every night about 3:30 like a damn vampire, updating those for you all.
I'm so damn weary.
Cornerback Corner from Johnny the Greek. DL streaming from Professor IDP as well. And then we've got Justin Varnes on IDP Bets on Friday, as well as the IDP After Show, getting y'all ready for Week 3 with the preview episode on Wednesday night. We'll be out Wednesday night, Thursday for you folks. So thanks again for checking us out here. Let's make sure we got no other comments. Thanks, guys, from DT. Thank you, DT. Have a good rest of the day. We will. And then cheers, boys, from Scott. Always going to say cheers back to our boy, Rougarou. Thank you all again.
We love the chat. We got great people that follow us and support us. We appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in and all the questions. We really do.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy. I mean, I think there's still a whole half of football left to go.
Yeah, this is the best. This is truly the best.
I wish they would do this every week, man. This is where it's at, NFL. We love the Monday night doubleheaders. So go enjoy the football, guys. Check out the IDPshow.com. Check out the YouTube. And until next week, y'all take care, and we'll see you.
It's the IDP show. Now you know.